Brought to you by Patrick Eads and his staff and service department at Jerry Brothers Ford on Mormon Trek. Hawkeye Title and Settlement, Steve Anderson's place. Mike's E-Keys for Cars, GT Car and his crew at Supple's Building and Remodeling. Supple's Flowers, home of 1-800-800-ROSE. The Midtown Family Restaurants. Hertzing and Stocker Jewelers, 101 South Dubuque Street, downtown Iowa City. Premier Automotive in North Liberty. The Oxyokin in the Amanas. Streets Maintenance. And Dr. Lance Forbes, Diamond Dental in Cedar Rapids. Here's Tom Suter and Pat Harty from Fanatic.com.
Yep, we're here. Gosh, if only there were any news yesterday, Hawkeye news that we could talk about, but there just wasn't anything, was there, Pat?
Nothing that I'm aware of.
Huh.
So should we just call it a wrap? Have a good weekend, everyone.
Police reports are next.
Yep. Obviously, we start the show with a little bit of humor and sarcasm, I guess. I went 10 minutes without knowing about the announcement, and because I don't have my cell phone just constantly attached to me. I was doing something to where I was not up to date on social media, so I didn't see it until Dallas had embedded her tweet, and then I saw his, and then boom, there it was. It was over. She's not coming back. Not surprised at all.
No.
Been saying it. A lot of people have been saying it. I would have been stunned if she would have come back.
Yeah, me too. But
she's got to do what's in her best interest, and this is her best interest. Her course of greatness. I mean, her journey's ran its course here in college. I think she's just. There's still a lot left. Right. There's still a lot left for her to do.
Yep.
They could go all the way. Who knows? They could lose in the second, whatever. Her greatness is solidified, and I think her coming back for a fifth year. I think at some point she would get bored. And she may be to that point now. She's just so much better than everyone she's playing against. And it just would be more of the same next year. As great as it is and as much fun. Yep. She's the one that has to carry that burden. And I just think she's ready for a bigger challenge. And like Jan said, she thrives on challenges. And she's met this challenge. It's time to try something
She has
else.
more than met this challenge. And she's taken us all on a great ride with her.
Yeah.
It has been so much fun.
And the WNBA needs her, wants her, and she wants that challenge. And it's going to be fun watching her play in Indianapolis with Aaliyah Boston. I forgot Kelsey Mitchell. I think she's going to have games next year where she has 20 assists.
And Grace Berger.
Oh, Indiana.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, okay. But the thing with Kelsey Mitchell is that she just recently broke a couple of her records, and she can light it up. God, it's amazing to think that Kelsey Mitchell's been in the WNBA for 6 years. I remember her at Ohio State. But I'm telling you, Caitlin, she'll make logo threes and whatever, but I think her passing will impact that league even more because she's going to face much better defenders on the perimeter. And at some point, they're going to make those logo threes even harder to make because you're going to have tall, athletic girls guarding.
Yeah.
They're just going to push her out. But then she'll just drive, and I can't wait to see how many assists she gets playing with Aaliyah Boston.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to watch.
Do we have a call?
Yeah.
Yep. Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
I was wondering, do you think Caitlin has gotten enough people to be interested in coming to the game so that we don't have to put the curtains down?
Well, for now, but that's the challenge to that is to sustain it.
And
they got to show that they can win and be dominant without her, and that's not going to be easy.
No, it's not.
So we could possibly go back to the curtain.
Oh, yes.
Anything's possible.
Anything's possible.
If we make the wrong hire when Lisa retires, then
that's true
it could tank in a hurry.
Let's say next year they go 17-13, and what do you think by the end of the season? You think it's still sold out? I don't think. No, I don't either. I don't want to sound doom and doom. My guess is they won't sell out games next year without her.
That's my guess.
I think we got to be realistic about it. But if the Iowa win can draw 7 to 11 consistently that's pretty good.
Yeah.
If you can get up to 9, 10, 11,000 people for a women's game, nationally that compares favorably. But no, this sellout stuff is because of Caitlin. And I think everyone associated with Iowa knows that.
Yeah.
My brother was telling me that on eBay, people were selling their tickets, their women's tickets to the Michigan game, and he said people are buying them for quite a bit of money.
Yes, quite a bit.
So if we saved our tickets, we could sell them on eBay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
do it.
You could make
$1,000.
Yeah, probably.
Well, that'd be something.
Well, it's there if you want to do that.
I just threw my ticket in the drawer and didn't think anything of it.
No, if you want to make $1,000 to put your tickets up for sale, and then somebody's going to buy them.
Okay, well, I'll think about it.
Okay. And I'll bet you don't,
Okay.
because it's her last home game.
Karn
You want to be
bailing
there.
on Caitlin.
What?
You're bailing on Caitlin. You're going to take money over one last chance to see Caitlin. Well, no, you'll have the NCAA tournament.
No,
Days
I
too.
don't mean that. I mean our tickets. He was saying tickets to the Michigan game. The older tickets.
Oh, you mean the
So
game
we're talking about something that's
when
already...
she broke the record? Oh, I see.
Okay.
No, those are worth nothing.
Well, yeah, the games that...
People are buying those tickets.
Well, they're not anymore. That game's already been played. So I got confused over past or present tense. I'm sorry.
You mean people just to save them because that was the game she
Yeah.
broke the record?
They're still buying the ticket even though the game has been played?
That's what my brother was telling me. Because he said, "What'd you do with your ticket?" I said, "I threw it in the floor of the car."
Why would...
Well, you better save it.
That I don't... Especially if you weren't there. Why would you want...
Oh, put it in a little certificate saver and put it up on your... Well, I don't know why anybody would do
Yeah,
that.
well, that's what he said. Some of them are going for money, and I thought,
Wow, that's weird.
that'll be the last thing that'll ever happen
Yeah,
to me
that's
is somebody
bizarre.
buy a used ticket.
Yeah,
That
it's
is
strange.
bizarre.
But no, I'm going to that Ohio State one. I'll go real early so I can see what the heck that
I'm going to.
college thing is.
But if you want to make $1,000, sell your 2 tickets for the Ohio State game, and you can have a cool 1,000 in
What do
your
you think I
pocket.
could sell my press pass for?
Yeah, but the
I don't know.
excitement for me going
You
there
try.
is a lot more than
kidding.
$1,000.
Imagine me.
See, that's the truth.
I sell it to somebody who just gets obnoxiously drunk in press row. No,
Yeah.
I was kidding. I wouldn't do that. No, I'm going. I'm looking forward to it. Susan and I will be there Sunday. Noon start.
Sometimes
Perfect
some
time.
things are more important than money. Some.
This is very true.
Not much, but there are some.
Well, okay, you guys. Well, today they're having that. Aren't they having that? Friends who for Pete Van Elswyk, aren't they? Having,
I believe so. Yes, I'm not sure the
that's
specifics, but
some place on Second Avenue in Coralville.
I'm not sure the
So-
specific times.
I saw a picture of him, and I thought, my goodness, I hadn't seen him for a while, but he had changed so much.
That's what happens.
Yeah.
We all
I
do.
know. Somebody would see me and think the same. Okie doke.
All right, Karen.
All right, you guys have a good day.
Certainly hope so. Looking forward to it. So yeah, it's going to be interesting this weekend. Lots of recruits coming in for the women, and a lot of them have been here. Maddie Greenway's coming for the game, which is cool. Addison Deal.
What's she in, like 7th grade now?
I think she's finally in junior in high school.
Oh, she's a junior now? Okay.
Yeah, she's class of 2026.
Seems like you've been talking about her since she was
I
like
have been.
4.
Hello.
Hey, Scooter,
Yeah.
how do you think they'll do the 2 tournament games at Iowa? Will they, I mean, you'll get first preference, but since it's sold out all year, do you think any will be available to the
General public?
Yeah.
Yes, there'll be some, but it depends. If the secondary market snaps them all up, then, it really changes everything. So, yeah, there should be some.
All right, thanks.
Yeah. But, yeah, I mean, this day and age, the secondary market just slurps them up, and if the process isn't right, they need to do something about it. But ain't that America?
There you go.
For you and me.
Ain't that America?
Something to see, baby.
God, I hate that song.
Me too. I tend to not like
Man, what do you got going on? over there, Captain?
jingoistic
You are-
songs.
Tried to pay a bill. And I get like a text message, and then it says, like somebody would try to pay my bills.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
I get a text message, then it says, we'll send you an email.
it's
so
no
it sends
different
me an
than-
email. Then the email says, check your text message.
It's no different like when you go to the bank and you want to deposit literally cash, and you still have to show them your ID.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
I'm giving you money, but we better make sure, I get a kick out of that. But All right.
Of course, I suppose technically you could give them $100 and then go to another branch and empty the account out.
I guess.
I guess.
I mean, I get it. I've always found that kind of funny, those giving money to the place, but they still want to see your ID. And I mean, you can never be too safe. I think I got a scam call last week. It was a recording, a female voice, and it said something about we're so and so, and we've heard that your company is having some tax issues, which we're not. Some tax issues. Well, first of all, it said, "How are you?" It introduced itself. This really nice female voice, and the call came out of Waterloo. At least that's what it said. My call, and it said, "First, how are you?" And I said, "Fine." And then it said, "This is a recording. And we understand that your businesses have had some tax issues," and then it said a couple other things, and then right away I'm like, I'm like, no, I'm not interested. But then the recording kind of responded back saying, "Why aren't you interested? You need to listen to this." And I hung up. Don't you think that was probably a scam?
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't do it. Yeah, I could tell right away it was a scam.
Scams I've been getting I get emails about once a week saying your account has been charged $361. We're renewing your Norton antivirus.
Yeah, there's a lot of those fake virus type things. I mean,
I get Norton, I get
McAfee.
Yeah.
McAfee, for some reason, I don't know if it was part of the computer I bought, because I pay $70 a year for WebRoot. WebRoot's might even be a little bit more, but that's what protects my. Every time I turn it on, a little icon will rise up in the right. But then I also get McAfee stuff, and when I talk to WebRoot, they're like, probably had something to do with when the computer was manufactured. It's nothing. But but if I have McAfee and WebRoot protecting my computer, I feel even better. But you're right. I get Norton stuff all the time.
That is, our engineer says that's not good to have more than one on your.
I mean, I don't know how to get it off.
Yeah.
I didn't put it on there, and I don't know how to get it off.
Can't you just get into programs and dismiss it?
And when I do, it's not there. It's not when I go to look up my protection devices. All that comes up is WebRoot. So
maybe you don't have it
now. The McAfee icon is not popping up like it used to. Like when I'd scan something, this thing is being scanned by McAfee. It doesn't do so. Maybe. WebRoot also said that whatever I had would eventually expire, and if I didn't renew, it would go away. And I think that's what's happened. So I think when I bought the computer, I don't know, but it's not there anymore. But there was a couple years where, man, McAfee was popping up all the time. I never got billed from him either. I never paid McAfee anything, which it was just kind of weird. But I get a lot of emails with Norton antivirus stuff like that, and some of it's not all scams, but a lot of it is.
When they when they say we've charged your account, auto renew.
That's a
scam.
And it's not going to be $360. I mean, most of those places are a lot cheaper than that.
Well, I have never bought it, so.
Yeah, I mean, I do WebRoot just because I'm on my computer a lot more than you are too. I'm sure. Although
probably
you do a lot of your work on the computer though, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah. So, but I don't know. It's just you got to be safe, but nothing is fail proof. I mean.
Well, the only thing we use is Windows Defender because Windows designed it, and that's
Yeah, I'm sure it's fine. WebRoot's been great, and WebRoot has a very good reputation, and they're pretty cheap compared to a lot of others. But I've had good luck with them. Well, nobody's hacked me.
That's a good thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can only hack so much. Yeah, I mean, even hackers aren't going to waste their time really with individuals or people under the radar. They want the big companies. They want the big money.
And the thing, like if someone tried to drain my account, my bank would call. The bank would call me. I mean, they call me if there's something that's not Hy-Vee or. I mean, they do. They
say, wait, you ate somewhere other than Panera? Is this real?
Hey, well, you got something besides Miller Lite beer?
Except they did hack this little teeny station in Kansas, and they wanted $500 to return the stuff. And the guy seriously talked him down to $75. He said, "I don't have it." He sent him he sent him his bank book.
That's funny.
And they gave it back to him for $75.
That is funny.
So, but mostly they just go after the big
Well,
people.
yeah, they're going to
Yeah.
go where there's money. Money and then leverage in case you can because a lot of them like to tap into like municipalities, and I mean some of them, isn't that kind of the new thing now? It seems like people are trying to, well, like the grids and stuff like that. Isn't that ultimately the worry? What you worry about more than anything is like one of our enemies gets into our grid and shuts off our power, and
That's what you worry
isn't that
about.
what Russia's trying to do with these satellites up?
Well,
isn't that our theory
the
that's what they
theory
want to do?
is they want to knock out the satellites.
Because they don't have, I mean, some of
the problem with the theory is a lot of that stuff, a lot of those satellites, they're not just us.
no, there's
Russia, too.
Yes.
I mean, the same satellite carrying our crap could be carrying Russia's crap.
Well, they're military. I mean, I know
Plus, there's business satellites. And
I know there's
all
people in
sorts
this
of
country
crap.
that for some reason love Russia, but their military, I think we've seen against Ukraine, is not what some people think it is. I mean, it's but yeah, the satellite thing was weird though when that came out. Oh, remember how they presented that to the media? There's a national security threat, and we're left wondering what it is for 2 days or whatever. And I thought
that's because they didn't. This one congressman released it, and they didn't want it released because they're not sure of it.
And then they finally had to say something.
Yeah.
That was.
And they said, we're not sure of this.
And then I saw a lot of, we're so far behind Russia. Putin owns Biden. I saw a lot of that when that came out. It has nothing to do with that. But yeah,
Well, Putin says that Caitlin's done. That she's not, she's.
You think Russia would want? You think Russia would want Caitlin playing in their league?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think I think they would even maybe not even kill her. I think they'd treat her with respect.
They'd not even kill her.
I mean, you imagine her playing over in Russia?
No, I don't. She wouldn't go.
Yeah.
I'm not.
I mean, after what happened with Brittany Griner,
I was
nobody
kidding.
will
I
ever
was
go
being
there.
sarcastic, but I'm not convinced she will. I don't think she's going to need to go overseas if she doesn't want to. And now she wants to go over there and face even better competition if it's better over there. But I'm not. All these people are like, well, she'll make a lot of money playing overseas too. She would, but I don't know if she'll need it.
And she's going to have a pretty quick turnaround from when basketball season ends and when it starts up for the WNBA, because that starts up in May.
In some ways, though, she'll have a little bit of time to take a short break, but her body will still stay in basketball shape. And remember, they only play, a 34-game schedule?
I counted it up. It was a little more than that.
So it's basically a college season. But, yeah,
Yes.
no, it's going to – but she'll be able to handle it. But a lot of these players have to – I just don't think she's going to have to go overseas. She's going to continue – I think we're going to see her on more and more commercials. I think even going pro is going to open her up even more to the nation in some ways.
Yeah, I would think so.
And she's got a good presence to her. When she does those State Farm commercials with those, she's pretty good. I
Yeah.
mean, she's not just a cardboard cutout. She's got personality.
But when you have the sports guys saying, all the talking heads saying, is there anything she can't do? And the answer is yes. She can't sing.
No.
yeah, and,
She can't sing.
or dunk. She can't dunk.
No.
I've not. Have you heard her sing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Oh, okay.
Well,
And
she tried-
at the
yeah.
thing last year on the
Yeah.
Pentecost.
yeah, I'll give her the State Farm one. What went on with the Pennycrest? I don't remember.
She said, I love to sing, and she was singing, I can't remember what song they were singing. but she can't sing.
It's like, have you ever heard recordings of Linda McCartney singing?
No.
In the background.
Oh, no, Linda's much better.
No.
Oh, yes, she can sing on
How about
pitch
Yoko?
in some of the.
How about Yoko Ono?
Yoko's terrible.
Better than Caitlin?
Yeah, much.
Wow.
Yoko.
It's just she's obnoxious.
What about Yoko Ono?
Well, I've heard her sing on some of those.
Don't worry, don't worry, don't worry.
Mommy's hand is in the snow. What the hell?
Did
Don't
she
worry,
sing-
Kyoko. Mummy's only looking for her hand in the snow.
Did she sing on any of the songs on the Imagine album?
On Double Fantasy, I think she did, yeah.
She did? Okay.
Huh?
What came out first? That one or – because didn't he have an album called – I know Imagine was the album, right, where the song came out on, or am I wrong? Didn't he have Double
It might have been called Imagine.
I
Double
thought-
Fantasy was the last one.
Yeah, that was the one that had a lot of top 40 songs. None of them I really liked that much. What was the –
We, just sitting there watching the wheels go round.
I didn't
and
mind.
round.
I didn't mind. That was a pretty
good
good. Yeah, I
song.
didn't mind that one. It was okay.
Who played that?
I'm sure you do. Hell, you had the Gin Blossoms on. Rocking to the Gin Blossoms.
Yeah.
What was that, Jealousy?
Yeah.
Who are they jealous of? Caitlin?
Hey, jealousy.
They would be.
Oh, they hate jealousy, or
No,
they
hey,
say, hey,
hey,
hey, jealousy.
Yeah.
So someone named jealousy, or what,
I
are they
guess.
addressing the matter of being jealous? Explain it. You play it, you need to explain it.
I like the song.
I know, but you need to explain what their message they're trying to say.
I have no idea.
They're jealous. of
Well,
something.
they broke up and they want to get back together again.
Who?
We don't know.
This guy wants to get back together with whoever.
Now, didn't one of the Gin Blossoms kill themselves? One of their
boy,
players?
From this discussion?
This took
No, before.
this took a dark turn.
It would have to have been.
Now there he
before.
goes. He's Googling it. Let's see. What'd you have for dinner last night, Suter?
Pizza.
I did. I had a frozen pizza. Well, not a frozen. I had one of those. If you're going to laugh, one of those little lean cuisine things. But if you actually cook them in the oven, they're tolerable.
Yeah.
If you put them in the oven, it was just a little individual one with chicken wings, some homemade baked chicken wings. Now today I can't eat meat, so tuna. I'll have tuna at some point.
Doug Hopkins.
Killed himself?
I'm checking. He co-founded the band.
This is taking
died by suicide.
Yeah.
taking a dark turn.
From mental health issues and alcoholism.
I didn't mean to bring everybody down.
Man.
Since we were talking about the Gin Blossoms, I thought it was germane to the discussion.
On Hunter's birthday.
Today's Hunter's birthday?
Yeah.
Is this your Beatle year, Hunter?
Yeah. 64.
Yeah.
64.
Yeah.
Rubber Soul.
I like that.
It's a good album.
Okay, so since we know Caitlin now is not coming back for sure, then who's our point guard next year? Aaliyah Guyton was supposed to be that, but she blew out her
Well,
knee.
we assume. I mean, we don't know. I mean,
Well, that's what they were hoping.
But what about Kenise Johnson? I mean, we don't know that. I mean, I'm just saying. Nobody at Iowa has said.
Well, we don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Kenise Johnson she's going to compete for it. She hasn't played much this year, and the times I've watched her, I'm not sure she's ready for prime time yet.
Taylor Stremlow coming in as a point guard, but
yeah,
again,
we don't know how any of that's going to carry over. I mean, we'll see. It's going to be a completely different team without her, Kate, Gabby. I mean, Molly. To me, a key player for next year is Kylie Feuerbeck. I think she's someone that needs to come in and nail down one of those perimeter. I think as much as I like Gabby's I think Kylie has more upside if you combine her offense and defense.
If she shoots like she has recently, yeah.
Her biggest problem is she's never really had a chance to be a volume shooter at Iowa because there's other players in front of her. I don't think that'll be the case next year. I think Kylie Feuerbeck's a huge key.
And Taylor McCabe as well.
Taylor McCabe, and of course Addie O'Grady. Addie O'Grady's got to make a big step up, and then Hannah Stokey, she's going to be probably their number one option. And as we know, during the offseason, she's got a lot of work to do on offense. She's got to expand her game. She's got to expand her shot. She's got to get better at free throws. She's got to get better at making bunnies.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's obviously going to be a lot of potential on next year's team, but it's going to be so weird without having Caitlin there for the first time in 4 years.
You got spoiled.
And it's going to be a major challenge for that coaching staff next year to move on without her.
Well, it's been like 8 years since we haven't had a great point guard because Kathleen Doyle was really top drawer.
Well, yeah, but then prior to that, wasn't it
Sam Logic?
Sam Logic was probably arguably.
I think that there was
there a gap between
there
those
was
two?
a gap of a year or so.
Okay, but yeah, no, it's going to be.
But yeah, Sam Logic was
good. She was a more pass first guard than Caitlin because she was not near as good of an offensive player as Caitlin, but Sam was strong. She could stuff the stat sheet. So yeah, and to me, Kathleen Doyle was almost more of a combo guard. I mean, I thought she was a better shooting guard, but she could play point. But yeah, next year's team is not going to have. I mean, who's going to be the most experienced guard on next year's team? Is it
Kylie?
Probably Kylie Feuerbeck.
Probably so.
Yeah, and
Taylor McCabe will be in her third year,
but she doesn't
play
play
much. No.
Yeah, so that's going to be interesting to see. I don't know, scholarship wise, they've got 4 coming in.
Callie Levine, Tegan Malini, Big
Stremlow,
Ava
Hayden. Yeah, they got those 4. So scholarship wise, I'm not sure whether, because I know some fans are going to be like, oh, they got to go to the portal and get a guard to replace Caitlin. I mean, possibly, but remember remember everyone said, well, yeah, they're going to definitely go to the portal and get a center. to replace Monica. I mean, there were people writing and reporting, and I don't think they ever really made much of an effort to get a center because I don't think they felt they needed one.
I think they made a few calls, maybe.
Well, the
Lauren
girl,
Betts.
yeah, but I don't think she was ever considering Iowa.
And people saying she was the best thing since sliced bread. She scored 2 points the other night.
Did she? Yeah, I haven't.
I
haven't followed. I mean, there's been a couple games. I mean, she is massive.
She is. She's good.
I mean, but yeah, some people have said they don't understand why they didn't go after a center. Maybe they did.
Well, Lisa explained it. She said there were maybe 3 kids that could play for us.
Yeah, I think that they have some faith in the centers they had. It's not like they didn't have any. They have 2 post players on the roster, and O'Grady at times. I mean, Goodman was showing some spark there for a while, but then kind of faded. Now she's going through senior days, so Goodman. Let's see, Goodman, Molly, Caitlin, and Gabby. That's 5. Yeah, that's 5 key pieces. That they're going to miss Molly Davis. See,
Molly's been great.
It'd be great if Molly had another year. I don't believe she does she?
No.
I mean, so yeah, Molly would be a real good gap fill between.
Well, wouldn't that be perfect?
Yes, between not having adjusting for. See, they're moving on without Caitlin, but they're also moving on without all of Caitlin's backcourt. Fellow starters for the last 3-4 years. I mean, it's going to be a significant challenge, and there's going to be a lot of attention focused on them just to see how do you move on without the greatest player in Big Ten history? That's going to be a storyline.
Well, it's basically there's no way they don't take a big step back. I
don't see how they don't. And like Karn asking about the drapes, fair. I get it. I mean, that's a fair question to ask.
It is
because the drapes were there not much right before Caitlin got there. It's not like the drapes are that far. Megan Gustafson played with some drapes.
They did. They started taking them down towards the end
of her run, but she played most of her career with some drapes, and let's hope they don't ever get to that again. How about the Drapes for a name of a band? The Drapes. What do you think? You like that?
I think it'd be curtains for them.
You got to give him one there.
Okay.
I'll give you that one.
Yeah, we'll do.
Do you know a Darren Rovell?
Yeah, we were talking about him earlier. I tweeted at him he's just digging his heels in. I don't know if he's doing it just to be a dick or he's the guy.
Stupid.
He's the guy who said, $750,000 pay cut.
Yeah.
And then when he was reminded by everyone that she doesn't take any NIL money, he just doubled down and moved the goalpost a little bit. And I embedded his tweet and this couldn't be more wrong. She fuels her own empire. She doesn't need help from Iowa. Brad even said it. First time we had Brad on, he's like, no, Caitlin doesn't need our help. She does it all. I'm sure Caitlin's family probably runs her NIL.
Well, her mother.
Yeah, the family. Yeah, I'm sure. So, yeah, I don't know why Darren Rovell just won't let up. He just is digging in. Iowa, you're a hack, you effing loser. He's getting attacked. It's like he's trying to encourage them to just rip him.
He was. But when they called him a hack, that's when he got infuriated.
Yeah, but he used to work for ESPN. He's got 2 million followers on Twitter.
Yeah.
I mean, but he doesn't. I think he was part of the job eliminations from ESPN. I'm not sure what he's doing now. But
it's a thing called Drink Punch something.
Drink Punch?
Drink Punch?
It's
the heck?
I haven't had punch in a long time.
No, I know. It's too sweet.
Punch in a bowl? But, yeah, he just will not let up. I mean, I don't know what's going on now. This was yesterday when I saw this going on. But he was just spreading false information.
Sports business reporter, founder of Drink Kickstand.
Drink Kickstand?
Yeah.
Sounds like a great idea. What the hell?
I don't know what
It sounds like he went into business for himself after he lost his job with. I mean, I guess you could say similar to kind of what I did. After I lost my job with Gannett, I went into business. I don't know what Drink Kickstand. That's a weird name.
I have no idea.
Does it have to do with sports business?
That's what it says.
Because I mean, he's an accomplished reporter. He's just wrong in this case, and I guess he is one of these people that won't admit when they're wrong. He's just doubling down. He's just doubling down. Yeah. She doesn't need Iowa's NIL money. She never took a penny from it, and she could have.
But there's a lot of that. And then some guy on our page started fighting with people. I eventually got rid of him, but he said that he started off by saying the WNBA won't even be here in a couple of years.
Yes, it will.
Yeah. Well, yes. Why wouldn't it?
Is it struggling? Yes. It's not where they want it to be, but, hopefully hit.
And will Caitlin?
I think she'll help it. She's not going to make it worse.
And she's not going to elevate it like she has at Iowa, though.
Well, no,
I mean,
it's a
not
different.
gonna
It's
be
a
like
completely
that.
different monster.
Yep.
Yeah.
It really is. But she will make it better, and she will spread her brand. And the fact that she's
It's just like people want people to fail.
She's 5.5 hours from here. I've already talked to Tom. He and Ann will make. They'll
absolutely.
make that annual trek over there.
Sure, we will.
I'm guessing.
We've already talked about it.
Leave on a Monday, get back on like 6 Thursdays from now. 6 weeks in Indy.
Ann kind of got pissed at me when I suggested it. I said, "Would you be into going to Indy for a weekend?" She said, "Well, what do you think?" Meaning,
She
yes.
was mad that you just didn't assume that she
wasn't
gonna go.
really
So
mad.
what did you say then? Hush.
Hush.
Hush, woman? Did you say
And
that?
get my meal on the table now.
And how long would you be standing? Or me? for
Hush.
that
Not
matter.
long.
You like that song, Hush?
By Deep Purple?
Yeah, I like that song.
That's so
How about
okay.
you? I like that song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can all agree on that.
Yeah.
That's but yeah, the fact that she's going to Indiana, I think that's good in a way. I'm not sure. What is the closest WNBA franchise to Iowa City? Is there one in Chicago?
Yeah, I think so.
This shows you. I mean,
there's
like I
one
said,
in Minneapolis.
I got to start studying up on the WNBA. I'll admit I don't follow it at all.
There's one in Minneapolis.
Which is nuts. That's almost. I mean, Indianapolis is like 5 hours. Or Minneapolis
about
is
the
like
same.
5. Indy's about 5.5.
Yeah.
The drive to Indy to me though seems a little easier. I mean,
The
both of
Chicago Sky.
okay. I mean,
So Chicago, that's 3.5
that's
hours.
3.5. That would have been closer, but sometimes the drive in and out of Chicago can be really annoying too, though.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you're just going over there for an overnighter to watch her play. But
Or construction.
yeah, but no, I think, and what ironically, I mean, Connor's in Indiana.
Yeah.
I'm not obviously.
now.
I mean, well, for now. Well, he's working for the Indiana Pacers.
Yeah.
So, and it seems like it's pretty much common public knowledge that they've been dating for a while. So that's another advantage she'll get to have over there to be with her boyfriend. I mean, to me, it just looks like a great situation for her to just move on to the next challenge.
And maybe she's ready to just play basketball and maybe not have, it might be a break to not have sold out arenas every night.
Well, and not to have 14 hours of class,
Yeah, I mean, she.
at least.
Well, she's going to be 23.
Well, yeah, I mean,
come on.
she's college has ran its course with her.
And will she have, 200 kids wanting her autograph every game? I don't know if that will continue either.
I think there'll be something there. It may not be quite as consistent as it is now, but I think at least for that first year, and especially if she just hits the ground rolling and start. Caitlin Clark, first game, 27, 10, and 10. I think you're going to see that happening.
Hello.
Hey, Mr. Suter, I got one for you.
Okay.
With Megan playing out in Vegas, it'd be a good time to go watch Indiana play Vegas.
Now, there you go. Yeah, good idea.
Coming up with ways for Suter to not be here.
I like
well,
it.
I'm just trying to make Mr. Suter happy.
Well,
There you go.
hey.
And that's why we're all here.
Is there a convention of Scotch manufacturers?
Yeah, Jameson Scotch. I heard they're doing something.
Oh, there you go.
You ever drink Jameson? You don't. do you?
No, that's an Irish whiskey.
Oh, that's Irish whiskey, not
Yeah.
Scotch. Okay,
No.
you're right. Jameson Irish whiskey. All right.
That's close.
How about
Yeah,
Glenn
another
Fittich?
subject.
Uh-huh,
You drink that?
Yeah, no, but it's good. I mean, it's too peaty.
How about Johnny Walker Red?
Johnny Walker was my go-to Scotch before I found Famous Grouse.
Okay.
Did you guys notice that our female wrestling coach, Coach Tun, made the USA Today Woman of the Year?
Yes.
I did see that.
That's awesome.
That was awesome.
I didn't realize USA Today did awards like that, to be honest with you. I used to technically, I guess, work for the same company, but I never knew.
Yeah,
Good for her.
That's
Yeah,
cool for
congratulations.
her.
That is pretty cool.
What was that? I mean, just female coach of the year, female wrestling coach of the year?
Female
What's the
woman of the
category?
year. Wasn't it Woman of the
is what
Year?
it was called.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
No, I didn't see that
No,
at all.
it's
That's
just-
great.
It's really.
I just did, like I said, I just didn't realize USA Today gives out that award. I thought that was kind of interesting.
You gonna get any award when you work there?
Not from USA Today. No.
As far as Caitlin goes, too, real quick, the old saying, sad that it's over, but, man, she gave us a ride.
Boy, ain't
wow,
that the
that's
truth.
been so
And
much
it's not
fun.
over yet.
Yeah.
No, it's not, but, there is a little bit of sadness knowing that she's
Sure.
leaving because
Sure.
of what she's meant to this program.
It has just been so much fun. It has been, as a fan, it has been my most fun I've ever had in the last 4
Yeah,
years.
then you look
Just
at
period.
people like on Sports Center, Rebecca Lobo being on there just touting Caitlin Clark. And when you have somebody of, Rebecca Lobo's stature, we know Caitlin's great, but it's nice when greatness recognizes greatness.
Yes.
That was a big thing listening to Rebecca Lobo talk about her and how she'll match up in the WNBA that was really cool to hear.
And one of her first games is going to be, I'm not even sure who Sabrina plays for, but is going to match up against Sabrina Ionescu, and I don't even know who Sabrina plays for, but that'd be interesting because she's, the number one point guard coming out of college.
She was kind of Caitlin before Caitlin.
Yeah, triple doubles. She had like 28 in college, and Caitlin has 17 now, I think. So,
well, here's one more thing they were talking about, that there's a possibility that our favorite player from LSU could drop to the second round and maybe fall into Indiana's lap. How wild would that be?
That would be
playing in the same team.
That would be interesting.
Yeah.
Well, there's only 12 first rounders, right?
Right. And they're saying she's either 12 or 13 on the list of the draft list. So she could honestly fall into Indiana's lap, and I can't imagine they wouldn't take her.
Well, I'm sure they will take the highest-rated person they can, and Angel can play.
Yes, she can. And hopefully, there's no hard feelings between the two of them. I don't imagine there are.
They've made up.
There isn't. They've sent each other messages.
Yeah, they're fine.
She congratulated
Paige came out real classy.
Yeah.
Yeah. When Caitlin set the record, Paige put it out on X and congratulated her, which was pretty classy. So, well, this is going to be an interesting Sunday with everybody with the senior day, and I'm glad that we're going to celebrate Caitlin. But also the other seniors. Man, what a class we're losing here.
This is unbelievable. Really,
I can't imagine there's been a better class than the 4 women that we're going to celebrate on Sunday.
Well, you wouldn't think so. Because
anyway,
they've been incredible.
Guys, keep up the good work. Thanks. I'm driving through Colorado, driving through the mountains right now, and it's beautiful out here, but it's fun listening to you guys while I'm making this drive.
Drive safe.
Drive safe, man.
Oh, I always do. I don't take chances. I'm too old for that stuff.
Okay.
Oh, I almost pulled a Grandpa Dirk there. All right, you guys take care.
Thanks, man.
Go Hawks.
Go Hawks.
The other thing about Caitlin's situation that's unique is this could never happen on the men's side. Because any man
no, you're right,
would have had the kind of freshman season that Caitlin had and come in as high as ranked, they'd be gone to the NBA in a heartbeat.
With huge dollars.
Yeah, this would never happen in men's basketball anymore. The days of the Bill Waltons and Jabbaris playing for those days are so far gone. So this is unique because it can only happen on the women's side.
Terry Bradshaw, on one of the,
I can't listen to him. He drives me crazy.
He said that Caitlin's not of this world. She's otherworldly.
Doesn't he have some show with his family that people watch?
Yeah, but
sitting around with his wife and daughters, like some reality TV show.
Yeah.
Hard pass.
Wow.
I don't know even when it's on.
But it's there with the Stallones and the Jersey Shores and all that crap.
Bradshaw sitting on a bunk bed.
Probably. But it's all cut out of that same, the Jersey Shore. People just, I just don't get it. That Jersey Shore advertisement.
And I seriously don't get the Kardashians.
Oh, I don't either.
I don't.
But they're billionaires, man. I don't get it at all.
I know that. But
are they billionaires just because of their reality TV shows?
Yes. And, no.
Well, no, they're entrepreneurs with
what do they sell?
Clothing lines,
so
fragrance.
Okay, I'll respect them for that, but that TV
it all
show.
kicked off with that frickin' TV show.
It all kicked off with OJ.
With AJ, or with
OJ. It kicked off with OJ slaughtering people.
It did. It kicked off with OJ and their dad.
And then when Kardashian died.
OJ made the Kardashians.
Yeah.
He really did.
Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, OJ.
We got a lot to...
Juice. He's the
we
juice.
We got a lot to thank OJ.
Remember when the airport, go, OJ, go, and he jumped over the old lady? Old lady's just lucky he didn't kill her.
I remember that commercial.
I remember that commercial very well. But no, that's the thing about this Caitlin situation, though. It's just, it shows you the difference between men's and women's basketball. They're just a completely different monster because the men's is there's just so much money involved. And God, the other night I watched. LeBron James is freaking incredible.
He's almost 40, isn't he?
He's almost 40, and he's not slowing down any bit whatsoever. I've never seen anything like it. He's still one of the more athletic guys out on the court. And we're talking about the NBA. He's in his 21st year, and he's almost getting ready to score 40,000 career points. I never thought I would see anything like it. I know a lot of people hate him. Oh, woke, China. He's a China. There's a strong. He's got, LeBron is very opinionated. He stands up for what he believes, and some of what he believes offends some people in this country. And there's a lot of people that just rip him on social media. But, man, my hat's off to him for his commitment, his ability to stay in shape and focused. And, he makes a lot of money doing it. But you hear a lot of these professional athletes when they get old, even with making a lot of money, they say at point you hit this wall where you just don't want to keep doing it. The team meetings, the sacrifices, the diet. And for him to keep doing it the way he is, it's just incredible. I don't know why I went off on this little LeBron tangent.
This guy is ripping you.
Who?
Excalibur.
Is that is
ripping Pat?
Me or my nephew? What's he saying?
No, you're not your nephew. What would fill Kinnick Stadium? What Pat doesn't know.
How's that ripping me? What would fill Kinnick Stadium? What
things you don't know.
Oh. Okay. Oh, the things I get it. It's kind of an abstract thing. I get it. What's he suggesting? I don't know.
I don't know. It doesn't say. Should I bounce him or not?
Bounce him. No, I don't care. Don't bounce him.
Oh no, bounce him.
What's he post under? Excalibur?
Yeah.
That's that. Is that a basement dweller?
Oh yeah, masturbating.
Lotion.
Yeah. Mom upstairs.
Hey,
your breakfast is ready.
No, she's probably got the fan on so she doesn't have a risk of hearing any noises
Cutting
downstairs.
the crusts off his grilled cheese for his lunch.
Well, I could do that for lunch today. Grilled cheese and tomato soup.
I had grilled cheese for lunch a couple days ago.
I do. That's one of the good Lent Friday. That might be my.
Well, what do you
bounce him?
He wants a bounce.
Absolutely.
I don't care.
Okay, if you don't care, then I'll bounce.
I don't care either way. I don't go on the chat room.
We have to make examples.
Oh, I'll admit there's a lot of stuff I don't know. And I say that regularly on this show. But I did have the Caitlin Clark one called out.
Now his messages will be hidden.
Correct, as did we all.
Good.
Like I said, this was not a surprise yesterday. No. The only surprise was the fact that it happened so quickly and without any warning. I think some people assumed that she was going to maybe not announce until after. But I forgot, the draft is 2 weeks after the Final Four.
April 15th.
April 15th at the Brooklyn Academy of Music. How about that?
Why would they choose that, I wonder?
I don't know.
Hey, why don't we just sing?
I've seen it. I've walked by it before. Huh. Yeah, what if she sings like Feelings? Could you imagine that?
No.
Would you
no,
pay to?
She tried to sing.
Would you pay to hear Caitlin sing Feelings?
No. I would not pay to hear Caitlin sing. I love her. I do. But
what if she sings Rupert Holmes' Escape? You see her singing that? If you like Pina Colada? Getting stuck in the rain.
Yeah, what a bunch of crap.
Well, let's take a break because I need to wet my whistle.
Hey,
and I'm almost out. I am out of water.
Well, I was just meaning.
Oh, okay.
Get your mind out of the gutter.
We'll be back.
We will.
1-800-800-ROSE. 1-800-800-ROSE. Your FTD florist is the only number you need to know to send flowers anywhere in the country or Canada from anywhere in the country. 1-800-800-ROSE. It's so easy. Just remember one number. 1-800-800-ROSE. Your FTD florist. 1-800-800-ROSE. 800-ROAD. Remember,
don't wait for an emergency to get a backup for your car keys. Unlike the olden days, car keys have gotten extremely complex. Mike's eKeys for Cars can generate the most technically advanced automotive keys that are on the market today. For spares and lost keys, Mike's eKeys for Cars can produce most conventional transponder, high security, and remote head keys. Mike's eKeys for Cars will keep you on the road. Call 319-330-9185 and schedule an appointment today. Don't wait until it's too late. Call 319-330-9185 today.
For a gift that your loved one will treasure for a lifetime, find it at our family-owned jewelry store in Iowa City, Harty and Stocker Jewelers.
We can show you diamond engagement rings, colored stones, fashion jewelry, and watches.
Our jewelers are on site, so we can design jewelry for that special person in your life.
We are Harty and Stocker, serving Iowa City and the surrounding area for 3 generations.
Harty and Stocker Jewelers, downtown Iowa City, and HartyandStockerJewelers.com. Ask for Willa, Terry, Tim, or Kate. One of us is always there.
Are you tired of living in a home that doesn't quite meet your needs? Then it's time to call the experts at Streets Maintenance. Their team of skilled professionals specializes in renovations and remodeling, transforming your home into the space you've always dreamed of. From kitchen bath remodels to complete home renovations, no job is too big or too small. Streets Maintenance will work with you every step of the way to ensure your vision becomes a reality. So don't wait any longer. Call Streets Maintenance to schedule your consultation at 400-4483. Let's start building your dream home today.
There's a problem here in eastern Iowa. There's not enough Hawkeye fans. I mean, really, shouldn't everybody be a Hawkeye fan? Well, maybe not, but you should be a fan of my team at Hawkeye Title and Settlement. Hi, I'm Steve Anderson, and my team of experts at Hawkeye Title and Settlement know what they're doing. Call us at 351-8600. Hawkeye Title and Settlement, the team you love, the people you trust.
Don't let just anyone take care of your smile. At Diamond Dental, you can expect compassion, expertise, and a personalized care plan to protect your teeth for life. With more than 30 years of combined experience, Dr. Forbes and his staff are prepared to tackle even your toughest dental problems, leaving your smile healthy and sparkling. Diamond Dental offers a full range of general and cosmetic dentistry, as well as dental treatment options for snoring and sleep apnea. It's never too early to start thinking about what's best for your smile. Schedule an appointment today by calling 319-390-3703 or visiting the office at 5815 Consul Street Northeast, Suite D1 in Cedar Rapids. You can also visit DiamondDentalPC.com for more information. Dr. Forbes is a proud sponsor of the Hawkeye Wrestling Club and the Inner Circle. Let the Diamond Dental team provide superior care for your entire family.
Car won't go into gear? Call Premier. Premier Automotive in North Liberty offers full-service mechanical auto repair, in addition to being Eastern Iowa's most trusted name in auto body repair. Use Premier for all your auto repair needs: brakes, oil changes, air conditioning, diagnostics, transmissions, or preventative maintenance. Whether you hit a deer or your car won't go into gear, see Premier Automotive in North Liberty. When you go to a family restaurant, you want 3 things. 1, a wide selection of breakfast, lunch, and dinner items. 2, you want those selections to be affordable and delicious. And 3, you want to be treated like family. You get all 3 at the Midtown Family Restaurant. Breakfast items available anytime the doors are open. Legendary tenderloins, onion rings, and hot roast beef sandwiches. And special ribeye and shrimp nights. Daily specials at each location. And no matter if you're coming in solo or with a group of 20, you get the same special family treatment. The Midtown Family Restaurants at Court and Scott Streets and at the Walmart Plaza on Highway 1 West. Follow them on Facebook or at MidtownFamily.com. The family's waiting for you. GT Carr, owner of Supple's Building and Remodeling, has been offering unmatched service and quality for over 25 years. The trained professionals at Supple's Building and Remodeling will install and guarantee the products used in any job, no matter how big or small. They also stand behind their work and offer no-nonsense, exceptional customer service from design to completion and beyond. Whether it's a simple window replacement or a major house addition, you'll have the confidence that Supple's Building and Remodeling is committed to quality. Visit Supples.net or call them today at 319-337-2246.
If you're looking for a new or used car, truck, or SUV, you should know Deary Ford is here for you. To give you the best selection and pricing on new Fords, Deary Ford is here for you. To work with long-term experienced sales and service reps, Deary Ford is here for you. To give you the highest trade values, Deary Ford is here for you. To provide pickup and delivery and mobile service for our customers, Deary Ford is here for you. Hurry in or shop online at DearyFord.com.
The Oxyokin Sunday Brunch, offering so many choices of fresh entrees and carved meats, homemade salads, waffles, omelets made to order, pastries, 3 tiers of dessert, and so much more. Such a great value. Now serving on Sundays, the brunch buffet only 9 until 2. See you this Sunday.
The Oxyokin.
Oxyokin, where you'll always leave happy.
From the Harty and Stalker Studios in the heart of the Hawkeye Nation, this is the mighty 1630 KCJJ, Iowa City.
Harty and Stalker Jewelers, making memories, making moments.
Meteorologist Brittany Merlot. Sunny and spring-like again as a strong south wind surges our highs into the 50s. We stay mostly sunny tomorrow, too, and we soar into the 60s. Sunday, we spike to 70s. But it'll be breezy, so no burning. Rain strikes Sunday night and into Monday. Even some thunderstorms may fire up by Monday night. That's the forecast on the mighty 1630 KCJJ. It's 37 degrees at our studios.
KCJJ weather, brought to you by Plum Supply.
Plum Supply, kitchens and baths. Your home never looks so beautiful.
She's a little dramatic.
I like her. Do you know how she spells her last name?
No, I do not.
It's not like the wine, or is it?
I have no idea.
Sores and spikes.
Spikes.
I liked it. See, I liked good use of language.
And then she's going to tell you, no freaking burning.
Yeah.
No burning.
No.
What's her name again?
Brittany Merlot.
Merlot. Ooh, I do like that name.
I do too.
Sounds like an act.
See if she's on Facebook.
Sounds like a fan.
How would you spell?
Okay, you're kind of creeping. Now you're sort of stalking her a little bit.
Well, Brittany can be spelled 800 ways, and Merlot, you might want to try.
God, that could
just
be
normal.
It could be MERLOT, MAURLEAUX. I mean, it could be a lot of different ways.
Ah, got it right away.
Wow. You had that programmed in.
No, Brittany Merlot, chief meteorologist at Civic Media.
Oh, chief meteorologist. She's not just a meteorologist.
Meteorologist at Great Lakes Weather Service. Formerly worked at NBC 26. Lives in Wausau, Wisconsin.
How's it spelled?
WASSA.
BRITTNEY.
Like Brittany Griner.
MERLOT.
Okay.
And let's see.
Okay, I'm going to ask. I'm going to put you on the spot. Better weather person, Brittany or Mace? Who are you going with?
Mace. I got to go with Mace.
Tom? You going with Mace?
She's hot.
Let's see.
I imagine she is.
Yeah.
Got to get. Yeah.
Well, from here, she's 1 inch tall.
Yeah, she looks. I mean, from here
she could be black, white,
6,
Asian.
7 years old. From here, yeah. I'd have to.
Yeah.
But let's get off her page. I feel like I'm part of something here that I don't want to be a part of.
I just
3 old men creeping.
I wasn't creeping.
We're creeping.
I wanted to see what she.
Now it's anything further is creeping. Let's just get back to the Hawks.
Back to the Hawks.
Back to the Hawks. We're here to talk Hawks. And occasionally music.
There's a picture of her in a bikini.
Really?
No.
Pat suddenly interested?
Well, I mean, not really, but we need to move on. We got a lot going on. Oh, well, Iowa baseball, huge series. Mississippi's good.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not sure how good they are, this particular team, but year in and year out, Mississippi's good. This will be an interesting 3-game test for Iowa baseball.
Our bullpen needs to get it together.
Yeah, and Brody Breck, he and Marcus, as good as they are, man, they cannot allow free bases in a series like this, or it's going to come back to haunt you. Do you have a call? But, yeah, this is a...
Hello.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hey, I've been listening on and off. I'm getting in and out of the truck. This is Brad from Knievel Windows.
Oh, hi, Brad.
Couple things. I just heard you talk about baseball. I got some friends that took off and drove to Memphis last night, and they're going down to Mississippi to watch the baseball.
Ah, cool.
team
Good
this
for
week.
them. That could be fun. Yeah.
Another reason I'm calling you, I don't know if you heard, I talked to Tommy on Wednesday. Clear Creek Amana made it to the girls' basketball state championship.
So did Solon.
You guys are going to broadcast it.
Yeah, we're broadcasting.
Suter, can you guess who's singing the national anthem for the championship round?
I'll bet it might be your daughter.
Caitlin Clark.
You're right.
It is your daughter.
It is my daughter. They called her about a month and a half ago and asked her to do it.
Yeah, good for her.
Oh, that's great.
That
is great.
So she obviously has a good voice.
She does. Yeah, she's incredible. She's going to school for vocals.
Oh, that's great.
So
anyway, I didn't know if you guys carried the anthem or not. If your
sometimes sometimes we do and sometimes we don't.
Don't you usually have Ray sing it into the microphone?
Oh God, I hope not.
Why don't you text Ray and tell him to carry the anthem?
Okay, well, I will.
Yeah.
Give him a heads up if he can. I don't know. The game starts at 2:30. She has to be there at 10 o'clock tomorrow to do a sound check, but then she has to be back in the building at 2 o'clock prepared to sing. So I assume
good
it's
luck
right
to her.
before
All right.
introduction.
That's great. Thanks,
Ray will do that. I could see him holding the microphone up and introduce. No,
that's
cool.
great.
All right. Nice talking to you guys.
Yep. Anytime.
So you're saying she would do better than Caitlin singing the national anthem?
Yes, but Caitlin would be much better on the court.
How about when Carl Lewis sang the national anthem?
Was it not good?
You guys don't remember that story?
No.
I don't remember.
Oh, God. Get your phone. Carl Lewis national anthem. He sang it at an NBA game, a game that Michael Jordan was playing in, and it was the worst. I mean, it made Roseanne sound like,
so does he not on
I don't even know if he made it through. I mean, I don't know why he was singing.
It comes up.
It comes up. Right. But the best part of it when he was singing was the expression of the NBA players trying not to laugh.
Charlie Steiner introduced.
Oh.
All right, let's hear it.
Let's hear it. Charlie Steiner's great.
As any indication, as a public service, we present now only excerpts. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem. All right, are we all ready? Here we go. Oh, say, can you see? And the rockets, red flag. Uh-oh. I'll make up for it now. Oh, the land of the free.
Wow.
That was the first national anthem.
Charlie Steiner.
He goes on to call. He said it was written by Francis Scott off key. That was the best part of the Charlie Steiner thing. And he could not. Neither one of the announcers could stop laughing. They had to cut to a commercial.
This guy comes in, and I'm working nights at KSDT, and this guy walks in, and I'm the newsman, and it goes, and Charlie Steiner, and it just, his voice was so different than anything I'd heard on that.
He's a great baseball guy.
He's a great guy.
Yeah, but that was so. Yeah. You guys had never heard of that.
I might have just forgot about it.
I mean, the only problem with playing that is you can't see the expressions of how the NBA players, they've all got their heads buried. And because you have arguably the greatest track and field athlete of all time in Carl Lewis. I mean, I think long jump, and he was incredible. I mean, Usain Bolt was a little faster, but he wasn't a long jumper like Carl. And there he was, just humiliating himself with our national anthem. The look on Michael Jordan was trying not to laugh because the camera kept focusing on him. And then when they start to laugh, they would bury their heads in shame because they couldn't believe what they were witnessing. Wouldn't you plan ahead a little better?
Now, with the first note, there was a possibility of, okay.
You mean the O that went on for a minute and a half?
I mean, that was, okay, he's singing at night. We'll see how he does from here. And then, obviously,
the high notes.
Things went downhill.
You didn't know the lyrics.
No, and effed up the lyrics.
But wouldn't you think as the event organizer, you would have done a little more vetting in that to see what you had? Or is it just because it's Carl Lewis, you just let him do it?
Well, Just because he's a good athlete, folks, doesn't mean he can sing.
Not at all. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, not at all. But yeah, I figured you guys would find that funny. And I think we've talked to. You've told me before that you knew Charlie Steiner, and I've heard nothing but great things about him. But Hunter would know. Charlie Steiner's a great baseball guy, great baseball announcer. Wasn't he the Yankees guy for a while, Hunter? Yeah, no, he was good. ESPN was better back then.
Well, then didn't he do he does the Dodgers?
Dodgers
right?
now, I think. I think so.
Yeah, because he.
But yeah, when he said Francis Scott off key and was laughing at his own jokes. He had made himself laugh.
Yeah,
and they had to cut to a commercial.
Well, he ran into my cousin again in California, and my cousin introduced himself, and he goes, "Did I used to work with you?" You know, and he thought my cousin was me. It's the same name, and he goes, "No, I think you worked with my cousin."
But no, Charlie's done a lot in radio.
Charlie's a good guy.
But yeah, that was like 30 years ago.
And he does have a great sense of humor.
Does he? You could tell that just from that moment on camera.
So one thing we haven't talked about yet is Iowa versus Northwestern.
Yeah, we've
tomorrow at 4:30, right?
Well, hell, we've got half an hour to break it down. Let's is it 4:30? Is it 4:30 or 4 or 4? 4:30. Okay, yeah, no, big game for both teams. Northwestern's 11-6. I mean, they're probably in the tournament right now, I would assume, but you never know. They're only an 8 seed, but to me, you go 11-9 in the Big Ten, and you win 20 games, you're probably going to
be in.
But they can't take that attitude. I mean, they gotta, and I don't think they will. I think Northwestern's had such little success over the years. This team, this is the chance to go to back-to-backs for the first time ever, I think. And if it's not Fred Hoiberg, I think Chris Collins is the coach of the year.
I would think.
And you could make a case. I mean, Nebraska's had Ohio State's playing better now under this Jake Diebler. They're 3-0. They're 17-12 now. Now they're only 7-10 in Big Ten play, but they're playing themselves back. The Big Ten's going to have like 10 teams on the bubble. It seems like with.
2 teams in and 10 teams on the bubble.
Well, I mean, Iowa, the last one I saw, Iowa was not the first 4 out, but the next 4 out.
Yeah.
Now, if they lose tomorrow, they're going to fall even
farther.
Deeper. Yeah, and they got to. So, yeah, this game is huge for Iowa because, I mean, there's part of me for some reason, I was talking to Rob yesterday. I don't know why, but I think they're going to win both games. I don't know why I feel that way, and I'm wrong a lot like that. Who is that?
Like
the guy
Excalibur.
I'm wrong a lot, but I just have this weird feeling that they're going to win both these games.
Excalibur's going to be drawing his sword at a different website.
He's basking in the fact that he's been eliminated from this thing. You guys were my bodyguards. So is there anything mean going on in there now? I bet there is. Any insults?
No.
What's my nephew?
He goes to me during the break. He goes, "Is there anyone in there that uses their real name?" And I said, "Yeah, your nephew."
And I think there's a reason behind that. I think my nephew wants to be linked to me, so if he does anything mean and bad, that it'll hurt me too. We'll both go down with the ship. So, but yeah, no, this is a big game tomorrow.
Yes.
It'll be interesting if Ryan Langborg can't play. Man, Northwestern's going to be really slim in the backcourt. I mean, because obviously Ty Berry's out with the meniscus, and the guy who played for Langborg the other day, he had 6 points, but he's a good defensive player. He's a 6'7" guy. He's pretty tall. Casey Smith, maybe. I know his last name's Smith, but he's not near the shooter. Mm-hmm. And if Boo Buie were to have an off day, which sometimes happens,
which he has against us before,
when he has off days, they're very beatable.
Yeah,
I mean, the fact that he's 11-6 with this personnel, it's incredible. Because I think Iowa's got better personnel than Northwestern. I really do. It'll be interesting too, like that Nicholson guy, the big center. I worry about him getting Owen in foul trouble. He's a veteran, big guy.
Yep.
He kind of knows how to play the game a little bit, and if Owen gets in foul trouble, obviously they could have a problem.
Yep.
And a lot's going to depend on how Peyton and Tony shoot. Got to get Tony back. Tony's kind of...
We need good Tony.
Yeah, you need to have good Tony. Peyton's to the point now where even if he's not shooting great, he's still figuring out a way to score 14 to 20 points a game, it seems like. So, yeah, no, that's a big game. It is a big game.
Well, let's hope they get it.
And it's kind of overshadowed by all the women's stuff.
It is.
But there's a lot going on. I mean, the men, like I said, if they win these next 2 games and they're 11-9, I think they're in. I think they're in. I mean, but you want to be safe and say, well, maybe you have to still win one. But I think if they're 11-9, that would make them what? 11-9, 19-12. To me, they're in. But that's a big if too.
Well, we've seen
because that's 2 more quad 1 wins if they do it.
Yeah, we've seen it go against Iowa before on selection.
It has. I mean, yeah, and all these projections, they're not carved in stone.
Nope.
I mean, even Joe Lenardi's wrong.
Now your nephew's calling me a censor. He's ripping.
You're the deep state. He's in there trying to drain the swamp, and you're not letting him.
Captain Censorship, he's called.
Yeah, and he's told me that he thinks the whole chat room is it's rigged and it's a hoax.
Well, I believe that.
Is it a hoax?
It's a hoax.
And he's in there trying to drain the swamp.
Yeah.
Trying to get rid of the deep state.
Well, it ain't too deep.
How about clot shots?
There's nobody in there that's too deep.
Okay. But
think there's a band called Clot Shot?
There probably is now, since COVID. Because that's one of the slogans on the right. Clot shot.
Very seriously, I didn't have any reaction to any of the COVID.
I never did either.
I haven't had any reaction to the flu.
I didn't have any reaction to my shingle shots, and I've had other people tell me their shingle shots were miserable.
Well, I got the RSV the other day.
Did you have a reaction?
Yeah, it's killing me. My arm.
Oh, you mean
your arm hurts?
Yeah, and it's the second day.
I did have one when I got my last flu and booster together. The flu shot hurt going in. I barely felt the COVID thing. The flu shot, though, I felt that. I'm like, ooh, because he could feel me. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. I don't that one, but it didn't have any lasting effects. Nah, like I said, the fact that the virus became political, I just don't get. I just don't get it. If you don't want to get vaccinated, fine. That's your decision.
Well, except if you don't vaccinate your children, then it's going to.
There's not a ban.
There's not a band called Clot Shot?
No.
All right.
Hello.
But there is a band, 2 metal bands named COVID-19.
There's 2 of them?
Yeah, well, when you brought that up, I Googled and wanted to see for myself, and it said there's 2 metal bands named COVID-19.
Okay.
Okay. Did you hear them?
No, I'm good. I'd probably just stay away.
Good call.
Would you like to have the exact name of another band?
No.
I wouldn't like that.
COVID-19 band.
I'm looking to see if there's any news that has broke while we've been on the air.
2 metal bands. They're brutal.
What do you mean?
Not good.
They're both pretty brutal.
Oh, okay. That means that they're bad.
Not good, yeah.
A South American act. And a Russian act that released 2 EPs. One, We All Die.
I bet the Russian act's got some fans here, don't you think, probably?
Oh, yeah. And The Collapse of the Planet. They're 2 EPs.
Oh, those are 2
nice,
fun storylines.
Toe tappers.
But, yeah, the Iowa game tonight, let's see, first pitch tonight is 6:30. Oxford, Mississippi, Swaze Field. Yeah, and you have Brody Breck pitching. I see. That's the kind of thing I wish the Big Ten Network would have it on TV.
Well, they should.
And I wonder what's going to. Well, maybe
it's on the SEC Network, which is part of the ESPN Plus.
I get that.
Oh,
well, I'll be able to watch it. Okay.
I don't know. It's on SEC Plus.
I get that.
Oh, SEC Plus.
Oh, Plus, just the internet channel.
Yes.
I don't get that.
Oh no.
I get I have 3 different SEC channels. I got the regular one and then 2 backups for like during football when there's too many games. But see, like I don't get why the Big Ten Network wouldn't. I wonder what's going to. Well, there could be game
I'll
basketball.
tell you why, because ESPN's got the rights to the game.
Oh, okay.
Because they're SEC.
Well, in fairness, the Big Ten Network, my guess, is going to have either a women's or a men's game on tonight too. But I mean, I would love to watch Iowa, Mississippi on with Brody Breck pitching. I would love to watch that. And but yeah, whenever it says plus, that means internet, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Well, then I guess I won't be watching.
That's what it means.
So, because I didn't even know I had the SEC alternative channels, but I have 2 of them. I mean, why couldn't it be on one of those?
I don't know. I mean, they're so. I don't get. Yeah, Big Ten's alternatives.
Well, it's
SEC's,
all money. I mean,
well, just pay the goddamn satellite fee and put them on there and sell it.
Because I'm guessing that they'd have a decent viewership for that game. I think there'd be some people here in Iowa to watch that game.
Yeah,
it'll be interesting to see. I know Mississippi draws pretty well anyway, It'll be interesting to see. Brody Breck, I mean, obviously he's not Caitlin Clark, but he's got a name to him.
He does.
I mean, that guy from Iowa, he throws 104. I mean, I'm intrigued by how they play this weekend.
We got all these damn streamers now just popping up. It's really hard to. Jim, what was the last one we had?
Last streaming
service for baseball.
I heard you mention it when I was driving in. Something, overnight. Yeah.
What the hell?
Oh, for women's gymnastics.
Yeah. Okay. But
I mean, they're all over the place.
How do you?
Well, that's a streaming service that probably specializes in women's gymnastics,
exactly.
And there's probably a niche out there.
If your kid's on the team,
yeah.
Well, it wasn't met wasn't met well when the Iowa Athletic Association, High School Athletic Association, put their stream thing up there and wanted people to pay. There was a lot of bad comments on social media saying, we already pay for our kids to play in these events. We already.
I see both sides to it. I really do. I don't mean to straddle the fence, but one side's trying to make money as a business. But I see what the parents are saying too. Though it's not cheap to have your kids playing.
No, well, the whole
and
thing.
Then taxpayer, I mean.
But when you can, I can understand what you're saying, but it's your kid, and you can't go in to see them play and take their picture. I mean, that to me is just
well, it's copyright. It's the same as you.
It's your kid.
I know, but it's the same as us not being able to talk about music because we're on YouTube. Everything has limits.
But those are registered copyrights, and
well, I'm guessing that.
Well, then I would say
my guess is what you're talking about is a copyright issue.
Sure, it is
the same thing.
Well, the kid.
I'm not saying it's right.
Then the kid should get some money because it's his likeness.
No, but I'm just saying that's
that's
the
what
world
led to.
That's just what's so ironic. The more accessible and the more advanced we get technology-wise, the harder it is to see things.
It's a bit of irony.
It really is.
Yeah.
I mean, streaming service, I get it. It's here to stay. It's not going away. People are going to have to adjust or just not. I mean, I don't really think about the stuff that I miss. I don't care. I mean, but the people that bitch about not having, just either quit bitching or get it or
get it or shut up.
Shut up. And then the people who bitch about streaming services need to shut up too because it doesn't accomplish anything.
It's just the way of the.
That's just the way of the world now.
Yeah, that's what it is. If you want to see the game, then you have to pony up the money, or you're not going to see the game.
Well, unless it's on a channel that you pay for.
What is really going to screw it up is if they get away with this Fox, ABC, ESPN, this big conglomeration.
I don't think we want that.
When they put sports on that. Well, they're fighting it. There's a lot of Fubo.
I don't think we need a monopoly.
And it's $30 a month to start.
That's a lot of.
Is what they're talking about.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, that's what they're talking
about. $30 for that's just.
Well, Jesus, yeah, because you're subscribing to every. Well, okay, if you buy a GM, what they want to do is charge you to listen to the radio, no matter what it is. They'll put our stream on it, or they'll put whatever you want to listen to on it, but you're going to pay $300 a year to start out to use the dashboard to listen to stuff, and it won't even go. Your phone won't even go Bluetooth on it. You have to pay, and that's what GM wants to do. Now, BMW sold cars in the last 2 years with heated seats. Everybody's got heated seats, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. They turned them off.
But see, the problem is
they're turning off cars and charging you now.
The problem is there's getting to be so many things. Like someone like you pay to be on websites, right? $10 a month or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, you're on a couple websites, right? And you pay each. That stuff adds up.
It does.
I mean, you do $150 on one website a year, $150 on another one, along with the streaming. Next thing you know, you're paying $800-900 a year on just on stuff that's not really that important, stuff that you enjoy, but it adds up. I mean, and
it does add up. And then we were, to watch the Iowa women down in the Estero tournament this year. We had to get Flow Hoops for a month, and it was.
And that was $30, wasn't it?
No, it was
$10.99,
was it?
Yeah, it's usually right around $10.
I mean, but it was $10.99. But that's worth it to me to watch those
But
games.
weren't 2 of the 3 games just not even close down there? I can't remember. Yeah, that was. But yeah, no, that's just the world we live in, and it's not going to change. I mean, I miss the old days sitting Indian style in front of the TV, just changing the channel, the round knob, changing it from 8, 5, and 13, and then channel public TV
and then
too.
The TV pictures start rolling.
Yep, and then at 2 a.m. you'd see the national anthem.
Somebody tried to hit me up for this, and this is a real thing because evidently, they're hitting up broadcasters, and they said, would you fund a station, and they're putting it on, it's going to be a religious station. It's going to be all black and white from 6 till midnight, and then they'll go to snow, and this will be streamed like it's a real TV station from like the 50s showing religious programming.
And they wanted you to fund it?
They wanted, they're
Why?
looking for contributions of
I know why
$1,000 up.
Good Lord.
I'm guessing that it was a
resounding no.
hard pass.
I checked the thing up, and they're doing it. It's a real thing. I thought for a minute, well, this is the stupidest damn thing I ever.
So they're a bit. Why would
Why would it be?
Why would you throw your?
Why would you put anything in black and white
unless it's Andy Griffith?
Okay, but
seriously.
But if you came out with Andy Griffith today, you couldn't put it in black and white.
No, but I wouldn't like it as much. I don't need to see those Barney Fife episodes in color. I don't want to see them.
Well, one day maybe they will.
I don't want. Then I will avoid watching them.
So I'm guessing you do not like colorized "It's a Wonderful Life."
Not near as not near as much. It's got to be black and white.
Well, then turn the tint.
Or a Christmas Carol.
Can you turn? Can you turn the tint down? On
I'm not a big, but you're right with the George. I didn't like the Christmas Carol go in color either. Sometimes we don't need color.
Well, I'm gonna take the opposite stance on this one.
Okay. But
I would love to see Sugarfoot in color.
I would never. I couldn't watch It's Wonderful Life in color. I just couldn't do it.
That's great.
It would.
It's better.
It would be a killer. It would take the whole effect away from me. It just wouldn't feel like Christmas. So, but now some of those episodes where Barney came back, and made cameos, those were in color, and they just weren't the same. He came back and did like 3 or 4 Andy Griffiths after he left the show. My guess is they were loving it any time he came back because they were hurting after he left. Remember Warren, Jack Burns?
Yeah, he wasn't funny.
No, that's a tall order to.
No, but he really.
I wonder if they were. Do you think the last episode they did during Barney's time, Jerry Van Dyke was the guest.
Yeah.
Do you think were they auditioning him?
Yes.
I think he would have been better than Jack Burns.
Well,
but he wouldn't have been. It wouldn't have worked.
He got a big paycheck. Seriously, from My Mother the Car.
My Mother the Car, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even remember. I don't even know what that is.
His mother died and got reincarnated as a car. An old car.
And her voice was on the radio.
And Southern, yeah. And she talked to him. She was a car.
Stupid.
Well, it wasn't a hit.
I think it lasted a season.
One.
But he would not have been able to carry.
Yeah, I don't
Barney's
believe
water.
it was renewed, if I recall correctly.
I mean, Jack Burns was on for multiple seasons or just one? Do you remember, Captain?
I think one.
Because it was just not the same. And I can't believe that show lasted until 69. By the end, Ken Berry was on it with his kid. It was
30
brutal.
episodes.
Oh,
that's one season.
That's a season. Or could that be 2 seasons?
Not back then.
Single season. September 14th, 65 to April 5th, 66.
So it obviously wasn't successful.
No.
Well, it wasn't canceled mid-season either.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
But
why was it canceled? My Mother the Car tried too hard to not be My Mother the Car.
What do it want to be, My Father the Truck, or what are they talking about?
Premise of My Mother the Car was exactly what you would assume. Attorney David Crabtree drives a car that's both a vehicle and his deceased mother, Gladys.
Jesus.
Her voice comes through the radio, which she can turn on and off regardless of whether the engine is running. She can actually drive without any help, honk the horn to signal discomfort, and watch television.
She's like one of Elon's cars.
Yeah, she was ahead of her time.
She was ahead of Elon.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've heard enough. Have you, Tom?
Oh, I remember it. I watched it.
Yeah, I was one.
It wasn't good, but I watched it. And I didn't think it was good at the time, but I watched it.
Where did Jerry go after that? Wasn't he on Coach?
Yes.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, for a long time.
And isn't Dick Van Dyke still alive?
Yes, he is.
He's like 98, isn't he?
I think so.
Aren't they from Danville, Illinois?
Yeah.
Well, he was in the Mary Poppins remake.
When did that come out?
5 years ago, maybe.
Oh, God, he was in his 90s.
He's 98 years old.
Isn't Gene Hackman from Danville, Illinois, too? I think he is. He just turned 90, I think, Gene Hackman.
Let's see. Well, he was born in West Plains, Missouri.
Okay, for some, maybe I'm wrong. I thought he grew up in Danville, Illinois, but I could be getting him mixed up with Gene Hackman.
Yeah.
Because Gene Hackman, I believe, is from Danville, Illinois.
I'm looking and see where he's from. Missouri, I think.
The Van Dyke brothers?
Yeah.
98 years old, man. God.
It's a long
haul.
life.
And
it's still...
Looks like he's still doing okay.
Yeah, cognizant.
Yeah, kind of still self-reliant in some ways.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, if you can make it that long and be still self-reliant, that's a good run.
Thinking of running for president.
He's finally old enough.
So, are you confident about tomorrow? You think
the Northwestern? No.
Yeah,
I kind of think we have a decent chance to win it.
Most of the people I've talked to aren't real confident.
But
your nephew said, "Give me the Golden Girls any day."
Over My Mother the Car, I would hope so. Or is he talking about versus Andy Griffith?
I don't know.
I think he's a fan of the Golden Girls.
I like the Golden Girls.
Oh, they're okay. But...
I mean, I don't want to watch them again, but...
Brutal. Never understood that show.
It's what? What's
four old women?
Yeah,
four old women
living together, and that's.
And then the mother of one of them lives with one, and she's younger than the four old women, right?
Well, yeah, but
still Getty.
It's not the series premise.
And then wasn't Rue? Was Rue McClanahan? She wasn't a whore. She was just a slut. Right?
She was sexually
she was a skank.
interested.
Yeah,
she's kind of a skank, but not a whore.
No.
Kitty was a whore.
I wouldn't call her a skank.
That's a little harsh.
But wasn't Miss Kitty a whore?
Yeah.
Yes.
So you're saying it's okay to call Miss...
She was a Madame.
But it's okay to call Miss Kitty a whore, but
she ran a whorehouse.
Okay.
She made money from sex.
But you think it's a little harsh to call Rue McClanahan's character a skank?
I think it is.
All right. What would you call her?
Suggestive and sexually active.
So what's the bridge between suggestive, sexually active, and skank?
STDs.
Well, skank is a bit more descriptive and a bit more derogatory than sexually active.
Yes, I guess. It's a shorter way of saying very sexually active. And then there was always.
That's one of the questions on this. God damn, it's a dating service.
Yeah,
and that's like this second question is.
Your thoughts on
any
skanks?
STDs and what have they been?
Wow. Oh, how do you know?
Huh? There's an article.
I'm sure there's symptoms.
No, there's a dating service. It was on some damn show I watched. They talked about, like Plenty of Fish, the first question they ask you is, do you have a car?
Wow.
Yeah.
Setting the bar pretty high there.
Yeah. Skank.
You don't like
some old.
You tell
lady,
you guys don't like that word.
Some old lady. Well, if you want to think, if younger, I don't
think Rue was a skank.
He wasn't a skank.
She wasn't my favorite character, I will say. But
who was? Was it?
I don't know. I think I liked.
Was it Maude?
Probably.
How about Maude's voice?
No, I liked. What's her that died? Well, they all died. Betty White.
They all are dead, aren't they?
Well, I did love Betty White.
Is it still Getty dead?
Yes.
Is she? But how about
I think Rue's still alive, isn't she?
No.
She's not?
No.
They're all dead?
They're all dead.
Wow.
Syphilis.
I remember the first time Maude came out on Archie Bunker. You guys remember that, don't you? Carol, didn't Archie Bunker, Carol O'Connor kind of help to launch her career in some way?
Yeah, but I never liked Maude.
I didn't either. It just never worked for me. Yeah. I like the Jeffersons. I love the Jeffersons. Did you ever watch them?
You know, I watched all of those. Most of them weren't very good.
How about Mr. Bentley?
Really? I loved the Bob Newhart show, and I loved Mary Tyler Moore.
Yeah, they were.
I thought those two were
really
good.
I loved Newhart, but I loved the new Newhart show. I think a little better.
See, I like the Jeffersons and Good Times better. They were more my speed.
Good Times I hated.
See, I like Good Times.
What's so good about she left her freaking kids?
Oh, by then I wasn't watching.
You know.
After
Keeping my head above water.
And that was the lady in the lady who sings that was the neighbor friend.
Yeah.
Temporary layoffs.
I love that song.
Good time.
But when James died, that show went on too long. It should have ended. When they moved out to L.A. and whatever.
Then JJ's taking care of
it. It just should have
Janet
ended.
Jackson. JJ's taking care of Janet.
Yeah.
It's all effed up.
Some of those shows don't know when to quit because they were still making money.
She would go to Arizona and leave her kids and her family in the
ghetto.
And
I thought Archie Bunker's place was ridiculous. It needed to. It just.
Well, it was better premise than Good Times at the end.
But neither one of them should have kept going. They should have ended when they.
Well, Archie Bunker's place ran 4 years.
I know, and I just didn't like it. I just thought it was. Didn't he have didn't he inherit a granddaughter or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it just didn't work for me.
Yeah, who's a singer, and she's kind of got this big cult following, and she's really good.
Who is she? I don't know that I ever watched Archie Bunker's Place.
I did a few times.
Wasn't
Alan Milvin
anything.
Wasn't Alan Milvin a regular on that?
Yes. Daniel Brisebois.
Brisbois.
She is now 54. Wow. She's a singer-songwriter, producer.
Good for her.
And composer.
Well, I think about it. I was like 5 when Archie Bunker, All in the Family came out. Didn't it come out like in 71, 72, something like that?
She patterned her character on Archie Bunker's Place after Rue McClanahan's Skink character.
You think the makers of the Golden, you think they'll sue me?
I would.
For calling her a skank?
If I
Look up the definition of skank. See what it says. I'm sure there's a slang definition for skank.
Oh, of course there is.
We'll see if I was right or wrong. You guys are saying I'm not necessarily wrong, but you think I went too far.
Yes, a little too far.
Went a little too far. Took more of a unnecessary harsh tone to it. She said, what you're saying is you can still be promiscuous without being a skank.
Yes.
That's your narrative.
Whore.
Correct.
Well, a whore, there has to be it's a business operation.
Skank, also called a whore.
That's not true, though, because a whore doesn't involve
There's
a business
remuneration, yes.
Yeah, a skank just, hey, here I am. So that's false.
That's
a person who is sexually promiscuous, especially a woman.
So a man can't be a skank?
Crude
no
filth.
Why can't a man be a skank?
Worthless.
I think there
unwanted.
I think there are other. There are other words that describe.
Yeah, that's true. Now to me,
there's also skanking, which is a dance.
Isn't that kind of to do with reggae music?
Skank, disparaging a person or especially a woman of low or sleaze character. So you're calling a beloved television
who lived in that nice big old Florida home there with her other friends.
Sleazy.
No, I didn't say. I said skank. You said sleazy.
That's what.
That's
I
what
didn't
that
say
said.
that. That's what.
Okay, I mean, what do you think's worse, skank or sleaze?
I think they're
interchangeable.
Birds of a feather. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I stand by my statement.
Juanita on Andy Griffith was she knew that
She was Barney's leftovers.
Yeah. Yeah,
mutual, I'm sure.
She allowed herself to be abused emotionally by Barney.
Yeah.
I don't know about physically.
Well, she
and he may have done that because remember the Barbara Eden line. Yeah, women like that, I tend to be a little rough. Knock him around a little bit. That's what he said on TV.
Listen, the Honeymooners was the worst.
Oh, they were brutal.
Well, it wasn't funny either.
No. Never. That show never made me.
No.
Jackie Gleason. Now, what's the one, Smokey and the Bandit? Wasn't he in that, kind of funny in that?
He's funny in sketches, or he can be very. He's a great for drama. I mean,
but that show just was not funny.
What was he in? Minnesota Fat.
Yeah,
he was great.
And he was great. But and some of the characters he did on his variety show, but Honeymoon is
brutal.
Is just not.
It was always considered groundbreaking, but I never thought it was funny.
I always thought it was kind of depressing.
It is depressing. They live in a freaking 2-room, or I guess they have a bathroom somewhere you never see.
And they just hang out in the kitchen all the time.
Well, the kitchen is the living room.
Yeah.
So
it's
that's
like an efficiency.
one room. And then they got, and then they open up the door and the walls are shaking.
It's like Rue McClanahan lives next door to him.
You can't watch that on a new TV. High def, because you can see that it's like Bonanza. You can see that the background is fake. I mean,
oh God, Bonanza, even Gunsmoke has. I mean, some of the I love the scenery, like the mountains in the background and stuff.
Yeah.
That's what was so cool about Shane. When I watched Shane, everything was.
Yeah.
It was real. It was
real.
That's what was so neat. It was filmed out there. They didn't have some ridiculous background where you got like a waterfall, yet the water's not moving; it's frozen. You know.
And you're singing a song in front of the waterfall that's not moving.
Yes.
In a poor musical.
But they filmed. Shane, I assume, was filmed out in the.
Yeah.
Is that Wyoming?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was filmed right out in the middle.
No, I mean there's some things that the Warner Brothers westerns were filmed. You know, they didn't have a backdrop of a curtain. This crap, it was just curtain.
I did hear you talking yesterday about Cannon, how big L.A. is. I was watching. I had it on for like 10 minutes this morning when I woke up because I just seem to wake up a lot between like 2 and 4 if I go to. And it was Cannon driving in downtown L.A. He took a right and a left. Next thing you know, he's out in the freaking desert. Out in the desert, just a right and a left.
It's just ridiculous.
Because L.A., I don't think people until you get out there realize how big it is.
It's massive.
Everything is spread out. It just goes like you go to New York City, everything's compressed. It's all within a lot of it's within walking distance if you don't mind walking. But L.A., man, everything is so spread out. I remember like covering the Rose Bowl where we'd go to practice. Was so far from the hotel. I mean, just everything. You'd have to take
I think I got to ban this guy.
What's he saying now?
Pat would have tapped every one of the Golden Girls. Don't fool yourself.
That is not true.
That is your nephew.
I think you'd probably.
That is not true.
Have a couple Miller Lights under your belt, and the Rue would be looking a little better to you.
No.
Hey,
maybe a bottle of Everclear and like.
Pat, you can do anything with me.
I mean, Betty White in her day was.
Oh yeah.
Oh, she was
gorgeous.
I don't.
Starlet.
And I'm guessing Rue in her day may have.
Yeah, of course.
Maud never. Never. Never.
No, I think she was really good looking too.
Never. She still had that voice.
Estelle Getty was
rock my world, Pat. Yeah. No, never.
Hello.
My nephew's wrong.
Back to basketball. What basketball arena holds the most capacity?
What's that?
You guys know?
What's that?
What basketball arena in the Big Ten holds the most people?
Is it Maryland's? I think Maryland holds like 17.
17 or 18.
I think it's either Maryland. I'm trying to think. I'm not sure what Nebraska's holds.
I don't think it's that.
I don't think it's. I think it might be Maryland's by a few. I mean, Breslin Center, obviously.
It's huge.
It's one of the bigger ones. Penn State. I'm not sure what Penn State's hold. I think it's either Maryland or Penn State. And then Ohio State is right up there, too. The newer, the three. But we could look. I'm not sure exactly which one is the most. And the Kohl Center, those are all the four newest. They're all similar, but I would guess Maryland.
Does the women's Big Ten tournament ever travel around to the Big Ten arenas to have it?
Well, they've usually have had it in either Chicago, Indy, or kind of like
been Minneapolis the last couple of
Minneapolis,
years.
and not the men are doing Minneapolis now. No, it's mostly usually been Chicago and Indianapolis,
Yeah.
just like the men.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, I don't think they want to give any team home court advantage for a Big Ten conference.
You're right.
What?
She's real attractive.
Who?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
B. Arthur.
Yes, she was.
Please. Come on.
What's wrong with that?
That's not Mrs. Landers on Leave It to Beaver, put it that way. Mrs. Landers on Leave It to Beaver was hot. I'm not going there. I'm not leaving the show. I'm not allowed you guys to convince me that B. Arthur was hot. It's not going to happen. It's not happening.
Just saying.
No.
Yeah.
No.
And your nephew, I think, has got this figured out.
My nephew's an idiot. I say that half jokingly. Well, how about look up Rue McClanahan in her day?
Well, she's beautiful, honestly.
And I don't remember Estelle Getty in her day. But Betty White in her day was cute.
Oh, she was a knockout.
Yeah.
But B. Arthur's voice, man, I would just
that
cross
fair
between
enough,
a truck driver and a drill sergeant.
Some people like that smoky.
That's Rue McClanahan?
Yes.
Okay, no, that looks more like Barbara Billingsley from Leave It to Beaver. No, I'll give her. I'm giving you a thumbs up on that. You know what she's saying? Just use me, because she was skanky even back then.
Yeah.
That's a look of just saying use me.
The show has taken a ridiculous turn.
Well, it's Friday. Caitlin's already announced, man, we're trying to come to terms with life without Caitlin Clark, and right now we're struggling.
Well, I think
it is. I mean, we can always put a bullet in this thing and just end it. Maybe that's not the right terminology in this day and age.
Is it too early to start getting hotel rooms in Indianapolis for the Fever? Is it too early?
Well, like I said, I think the story is going to be how long it takes them to sell out all their tickets. I think that we're going to hear about that in the next. I'll be surprised if we don't hear about it being sold out in the next few days. I think
their season tickets?
Their season tickets. Maybe I am completely clueless about that, but I think she's going to have a huge. Well, I already saw tweets yesterday from players on the Fever saying, "Wow, I can't believe how many people have reached out to me about getting tickets." One girl, her last name Worley, maybe, and she just says, "I'm just getting overwhelmed from ticket requests." And a couple other teammates did the same thing, saying that people that had never talked to them about getting now with Caitlin supposedly coming there. It'll be interesting. Maybe they won't sell out, but I think their attendance is going to just spike.
What if they pivot and take Angel first?
I mean, well, could you imagine that, not taking Caitlin first? I mean, who's projected to go second? Do we know? If Angel Reese?
I did see that just the other day. Cameron Brink.
I don't even know who that is.
She's the center for Stanford.
Oh, okay. Part of the reason Lauren Betts left Stanford, probably.
Yes,
okay.
I'm sure
Okay.
sure of it.
So, yeah, no, like I said, it's going to be interesting to see what kind of impact Caitlin has. Because, Indiana is a basketball-crazy state.
It is.
Indianapolis is a city built around basketball tradition and what have you. I think it's going to be a great landing spot for her. I'm curious to see what Caitlin does after basketball. Because I think I do think she's going to be an entrepreneur in a bit, but I think Caitlin would be great behind the camera. I think she'd be a great color. There's so much she could do with her personality.
Well, and see how good, Aaliyah Boston is terrific.
She's really good.
Megan McEwen is great.
Yeah, no, Aaliyah Boston seems like a natural. She's not even that old. What is she, like 23, 20? She just seems so comfortable behind the camera. And
she does.
And she has good thoughts. I mean, she says some really interesting things. So it's going to be fun watching her and Caitlin team together. I mean, it really is. So.
All right.
We done?
We done?
I want to apologize to the makers of the Golden Girls if I've offended anyone.
I think you have.
You've offended everyone, Pat.
Yeah.
Almost.
Even my nephew.
Even your nephew.
I almost bounced your nephew. Who uses his real name.
You find that hilarious, don't you?
I do, because he's the only one. He's the only one since we've been doing streaming that nobody else
uses their real name.
Maybe he thought he had to.
I guess.
Maybe he thought it was policy.
All righty.
All right.
All right, everybody, have a good weekend.
HawkFanatic.com. Check it out. It's free.
Download the new KCJJ app.